Hi, I'm Toby, and I'm here to give you 5 tips for your doubles defense. One of the most important things to improve your defense right off the start, a good lift. If your lift is good, it's nice and high, all the way to the back, you're actually making it harder and giving yourself more time to get ready for the smash. Many people lift it short or it's like too flat and they don't have time to get back and get ready for defense. So the best thing you can do for yourself to improve your defense is just to improve your lift quality. Okay, so stance is actually quite important. I know a lot of people prefer to do your racket hand, so I'm right-handed, so just to make it easier, my right foot will be forward. I prefer, if you're actually on defense, to be your non-racket hand foot first, because mainly it gives you more room to defend on your right hip. If you're right foot forward, you actually have a lot less time. And the other thing is it's actually going to be quite hard to get a drop shot because you actually have no choice but to shuffle forward. And that means you need to take that extra step. From a left foot forward stance, if they hit a drop shot, I can actually split and then actually get there and lunge because my left foot is already in place. And because I use a right foot lunge, it'll be left foot and right foot. So from a stance position here, I can be able to hit on the right hip and cover that quite well, and I have a little bit more time. I can also have room to switch the forehand. If I'm this way, someone is going to hit a full smash. This is not a very good defensive position because it's hard for me to reach onto these sides. And even if they clear, I now have to turn back. If I'm on a defense stance here, if they clear, I can also turn back and I'm okay there. The difference is make sure you're not too much this way. You want to be mostly facing your opponent, but have your non-racket foot slightly forward. So our next tip is that we want to have a good distance from our opponent when they smash. Let's say your lift is a little bit short, then back up and give yourself more time. Maybe on the next shot, like you try and lift it and it's not very good, so then back up and make sure you have time to play defense. If you kind of stand your ground here and then they're moving forward, your timing is gonna be a lot harder because it's just gonna get faster and faster. So your goal is actually to back up slightly as your opponent moves forward and try and match distance. That way you can make better timing and also sometimes give yourself time to redirect the smash and maybe place it somewhere else. The next tip is a bit counterintuitive. All your coaches probably tell you, try and take the shuttle early. If you can predict where someone is gonna smash and take it very early out in front of you, that is actually good. Your opponent will have less time, right? It's just a good thing overall. However, if you can't do that, then I would actually recommend hitting the shuttle a bit closer. If I have my racket out on defense, I'm probably gonna hit it around here anyway. If I hit it out too far, it's probably gonna go the other way or cross court, right? So the idea is it's actually okay to place your racket a little closer to your body. That means you have a little bit more time on defense. That also means your opponent will have more time to get ready for their next attack if they're able to follow up. That's the trade-off, right? If you don't get the shot back, then you lose the point right away. So if you can actually hit a little bit closer to your body and keep the rally going, you at least have a chance to maybe salvage the next shot instead of just trying to blindly defend and hit it back really fast and hope that your defense will work out. Okay, so another tip which will be very useful is try and keep the shuttle flat as your for your defense, right? So sometimes the safest shot to do is just try and flatten it a little bit, because the flatter you hit a shot, that means their next return also has to be very flat in response. Your goal is to try and flatten it out a little bit, keep it a little bit more flat, and then you can slowly try and adjust so you get into a drive game, which is fairly even on both sides. And if your opponent decides to block a shot, then you can lift it again from the front, which is going to be much easier. So you're going to basically lift the shuttle in 2 shots, 1 drive and then 1 lift, instead of trying to lift it on the first shot. Okay, here's a bonus tip. If someone is smashing, you actually want to cover their best shot. They're jumping super high and they can hit the shot very steep, then you probably want to have your racket quite low, right? What you don't want to do is have your racket in the wrong position. Like, you don't want to have your racket up on defense because the shuttle is most likely going to be over here. Try and have your position of the racket in the right place, and then good things will usually happen. Okay, so those are your 5 plus the 1 bonus tip. So remember, lift better. Your stance, keep distance, try and contact it a little bit closer. Keep things flat. Our bonus tip is to have the racket position in the right place. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe for more videos, and we will see you next time.